Let's talk about it. Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua fight.
Savvy, let him know.
Hey, it's Trey. Turn it up.
Wavy, ooh, yeah, ah. Wavy, ooh, yeah, ah. Wavy, ooh, ah, yeah. Wavy, ooh, yeah, ah.
What's good, Savvy Crew? I'm coming back with another video. And on this one, man, we're going to be talking about the Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua fight. Now, from the get-go, when I seen that shit, I already knew. Like, I already seen, because when he knocked him out, he was in the corner. He literally watched him throw the punch when he could have dodged it. You feel me? I from the get-go, I knew that shit was staged. But the reason I'm making this video is because supposedly Anthony Joshua got into a car accident, okay? And it was almost a fatal accident. So, with that being said, we're going to jump straight into this video. I watched just a little bit of it before I came and started this video. So
this game, you're not ready.
So, let's just jump into it. Let's jump into it and see what it's talking about.
What is back with another video? We got Jake Paul right here, as he did multiple times in
And hold on, already gotta pause it. When you see mainly female artists, like rap artists, but mainly females do this. But where this comes from, I'm talking about him sticking out his tongue and looking like that. Where that comes from is the goddess or the whatever Kali, okay, with the four with all them arms or something like that. That comes from that. It's pretty much almost like a, well, it comes from that, but the way they use it is like in a demonic sense. But already with the symbolism, and a lot of people won't even understand that shit. But that's where that comes from. When you see a lot of females sticking their tongue out and like what's her name, motherfucking Megan Thee Stallion, she doing all that shit. Yeah, that's where that comes from.
right, sticking out that serpent tongue at Joshua Anthony. We're gonna get into some stuff. You know, I got a couple of things I want to show.
People call it serpent tongue, which I mean you could say that, but it really comes from Kali, and when how she has her tongue sticking out, that blue goddess or whatever, that's Hindu or something like that, or Buddhist or something like that.
About Jake Paul, play some clips from people who are talking about it. Had a lot of folks
but messing around with sorry, I keep pausing, but messing around with Freemasonry, they have they have dualism. So it could mean two things. It could mean a couple things, more than two things sometimes with them. But where they get it, but yeah, it could be that too. But that's where I actually know it from, is from Kali.
messages and, you know, asking me to do a video about this today. So I figured, why not? Let's go ahead and get into it. So as y'all already know, Joshua Anthony was involved in a fatal car accident just about what?
Of course, I'm gonna make this video as long as possible. You feel me? So we gonna do a little research too, you feel me, on Anthony Joshua. Now Jake Paul, we already know about him. He was a childhood star, grew up on what, Disney or some shit like that. I forgot, him and his brother. We already know about Jake Paul, you feel me? So did you know he went from like gaming, I think he like a gamer at one point too. He went from like gaming to from like acting to, I think he even tried making music at one point. I might be wrong, but he even was acting. He was an actor. So he went through all these different avenues to inside of Hollywood. Okay, that's how you know he's part of one of them organizations. He's part of Freemasonry. Okay, it just, I'm pretty sure if we just look at this man's tattoos off the gate, just look at his tattoos, you can see all the symbolism and shit, and you know, the mnemonicness in this shit. But, and let's just look at it, because when you reading this shit, you gotta look at the whole crowd too. You feel me? But I want to look at these people in the background. They ain't really catching nothing. But this dude right there, I don't know about him, but
8 to 10 days after he knocked out Jake Paul.
New photos of Anthony Joshua's wrecked car show how he came within inches of death after a crash in Nigeria. The heavyweight British boxing champion was traveling in a Lexus Jeep when it smashed into a stationary truck shortly after 11 a.m. 2 of the 5 people involved in the crash tragically lost their lives, but Joshua survived with just minor injuries and was taken to a local hospital. A friend of the star said that he's okay, but badly shaken up.
Now, that accident killed the 2 front passengers who were very close to Joshua Anthony. One of them was his personal trainer. The other may have been the assistant. I can't remember exactly, but Joshua Anthony escaped basically, you know, untouched, you know, scratches.
Okay, so you and you got to realize this too. Once again, Jake Paul, he's been in this, right? So I'm pretty sure if we go search up every fighter or the big fights that he done fought, it might be some sacrificing or some ritualistic shit behind it. Now that we're gonna have to go do some research on. But I know for sure this is why I'm doing this video, because Anthony Joshua has probably now sold out. He has probably now sold his soul because of this fight. He made $293 million or some shit like that. I seen the post yesterday. Somebody was pocket watching and posted the motherfucking photo with some, you know, they posted in their post on YouTube about the fight and how much they both made. Anthony Joshua made way more than Jake Paul, but at the same time, they was saying how all the motherfucking, he really only made like not really about the same, not, you know, feel me, not really that much. Not, he didn't make the whole 293 million because of taxes and shit like that. A whole lot of taxes got taken out, but still, the fact of the matter is that he made he made well over $10 million, most likely $5 million. You feel me? So with that big of an amount, you feel me, you gonna have something gonna have to go down. But he made 293 million off that mother, not included the taxes, so a little less. But so he got into that car wreck, right? He the only one who made it out alive. That was his sacrifice. And you heard what he said. That was the 2 closest people to him, his trainer and somebody else. So that was his sacrifice to get into where he's trying to go, get into Freemasonry or one of them organizations. Okay.
Probably a little bit of trauma, but he's good, right? So supposedly they tried to overtake a car.
Because before this, hold on, I'm gonna rewind it back a little bit. But before this, I don't think Anthony Joshua, I mean, he was famous or known about, but I don't think he was that big yet. You feel me? He wasn't really no household name like Jake Paul is. He trying to get to that household name status type shit. So, like I said, I'm gonna let this video play out, but we gonna go do the research.
Untouched, you know, scratches, you know, probably a little bit of trauma, but he's good, right? So supposedly they tried to overtake a car on the expressway and they ended up crashing into a parked vehicle.
What the fuck? So they tried to over. Do you hear how stupid they tried to over? Let's take that back. Let's take that back one time.
So supposedly they tried to overtake a car on the expressway and they ended up crashing into a parked vehicle.
My nigga, how do you, bro? They tried to overtake a car on the highway and hit a parked vehicle. First off, nigga, you see the parked nigga. Hold on. First off, why would you try to? If it was a parked vehicle on the highway, you see that bit miles before it even come up. Well, I ain't gonna say miles, but you see it well off ahead if you paying attention before you even get up on there. So why would you try and overtake a vehicle where the parked car is? How the fuck do you even hit a parked car, my nigga? Like, let me not say that because I know how you could do it. But bro, come on, man. You see that? You see the car. If you don't listen, you gotta hear. If you don't hear how stupid this shit be sounding sometimes, bro, you gotta just listen to how they be. Listen to this shit. How you gonna overtake a vehicle on the highway and hit a parked car, bro? You didn't see that? Daytime. Come on, man.
It was parked. I saw something where it said the tire blew, and that's how they crashed into that parked vehicle that was on the expressway.
Okay, but still, what is the chances that the tire is gonna blow right there and then you're gonna hit the parked vehicle? See, I believe in coincidences, but ain't no coincidences like that, bro. How your tire gonna blow right then and there? What is the coincidence of that? After you just won a big fight for a big amount of money. And you the only one who made it out alive with minor scratches, but the other two died? Come on, man.
Then I saw another article where it just said they overtook the car and they ended up hitting that parked truck. And there was nothing else but the fact that two people died.
So two different, and that's another thing you got to pay attention about. Two articles, they both said two different things, right? But it pretty much said the same thing. So they letting you know right there, bro. They overtook a vehicle on the highway but hit a parked car. One said the tire blew, the other one didn't. So which one is the truth? We know that they did get into a wreck, but which one? Did the tire pop? Did it not pop? Did he just not know? Could he not see it? Like, which one is it, bro? That's what this shit ain't. It don't make no sense, bro. First off, let's say the tire didn't pop. Why would you try and overtake a car and it's a parked car right there? That don't make. I don't get it, but.
And Joshua Anthony did not die. Now, under a lot of comments of different videos was people talking about Joshua Anthony not following the script, and they believe that Jake Paul was not supposed to get knocked out. Now, mind you, Jake Paul is worth $200 million. He made almost $100 million off that fight. I think about 94.
So hold on. So Jake,
almost $100 million off that fight.
Jake Paul made almost $100 million, or did make $100 million, probably somewhere around that. But they took off because of taxes and all that other shit, most likely. But see, Anthony Joshua, they said he made $293 million. That's more than Jake Paul. So, and of course he is an actual boxer though. So he's a real boxer though. You got to take that into account as well. Anthony Joshua is a real boxer. But I mean, Jake Paul, you can say he is too, because he been doing it for a cool minute, but he not no real like Anthony, like, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? But the chances of that is very, very, very slim, my brother. And like I said, I want to hurry up. I do kind of want to hurry up and get through this video, but I keep pausing because it just don't make no sense, bro, at all. I believe in. I don't believe in coincidences, bro. I really don't. Something like things that happen too many times over and over again, bro. It ain't no way that's no motherfucking coincidence, my nigga. If you go look at history, bro, too many people. This didn't happen too many times with too many people. That can't be no coincidence at that point. One time, maybe. 2 times, okay. 3 times, no. That shit fake. Nigga, that shit ain't something happening.
I think about 94 million to be exact. Now, I don't know if he was worth 200 before the fight or if that fight increased his net worth to 200 million. So, you're pretty
Let's
much
take that back real quick. Let's take that back.
Now, I don't know if he was worth 200 before the fight. Paid all. Now, mind you, Jake Paul is worth 200 million. He made almost $100 million off that fight. I think about 94 million to be exact. Now, I don't know if he was worth 200 before the fight or if that fight increased his net worth to 200 million. So, you're pretty much at ritual level. You're pretty much at sacrifice level. I'm not sure exactly how much Joshua Anthony made, but the timing of this is undeniable.
Listen, that and that's what I'm saying. Let's take that back though. So y'all, so you feel me?
But
that's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm not.
And why did he be doing that?
I think about 94 million to be exact. Now, I don't know if he was worth 200 before the fight or if that fight increased his net worth to 200 million. So, you're pretty much at ritual level. You're pretty much at.
I forgot what I was going to say, but okay. So listen, if you at the top, so let's say you an actor, model, whatever you do, football player, basketball player. If you trying to be the best in the top in that household name that everybody know and love, you gonna have to sacrifice something, bro. Something. You're gonna have to sacrifice something. You not gonna get up there to that level without letting something go. Like the movie Him, and I'ma always keep bringing this up. The movie Him, like in them trailers, they kept saying, "What are you willing to sacrifice, bro?" That's what are you willing to sacrifice? Your asshole, somebody you love, your firstborn kid, something, my nigga, something gotta go. You feel me? If you trying to make it to that level. Not even to that, if you getting into these organizations or group, you're gonna have to do something, bro. But I'm pretty sure the sacrifice, like he said, if you making that much money, you definitely at that point to where you at that ritual level, that sacrifice level for sure.
Sacrifice level. I'm not sure exactly how much Joshua Anthony made, but
like LeBron James, motherfucker, Kobe Bryant. Listen, if Denzel Washington, if they is a household name, bro, listen, and I'm gonna see if I can find this video too. But let me
timing of the
matter of fact, it might have been from him. But I'm gonna see if I can find
this
video
undeniable,
too.
And I don't believe in coincidences.
Because
now, do I think?
Because I'm gonna show you with this name, Martin Lawrence. How they had him running down the boulevard or something, talking about they trying to kill me. I'm gonna do a reaction.
Because he didn't follow a script. I don't know because when you watch the fight, Jake Paul didn't even put his hands up. It's almost like he welcomed him to go ahead and knock him out in the 6th round by a 6'6" boxer.
Bro,
there's a lot of numerology.
That's the first thing I noticed when I was watching the little clips of the fight. I was like, why is he not guarding for real? Why is he not putting his hands up? Especially when I'm talking about Jake Paul. Why is he not guarding, putting his hands up? And then especially when he got knocked out, when he got back down to the ropes, Anthony Joshua threw a couple punches. He swung, then looked at him for a little bit, and then swung again, and then hit him and knocked him out. Jake Paul had more than enough time to get off them ropes, bro. Jake Paul had more than enough time to duck and dodge them shots. He literally watched him, stuck his tongue out, and then Anthony Joshua hit him, knocked him out. That shit was a script like a mug. All of it is. All sports. It's called sports entertainment. If it has entertainment at the end of it, whether it do or not, if it's part of Hollywood, that shit is most likely script, my brother. It's called it what I forgot, but pretty much basketball, nigga, that shit got entertainment in it. Football has entertainment in it, nigga. If it's entertaining, if it's like the Gladiator days where they would be in the motherfucking with the Lions Den, fighting the lions, it's for our entertainment, bro. It's for our entertainment, bro. And it's scripted. Even when they took out the fake laugh track and put real people off in the audience of like the fake Ellen DeGeneres shows and Steve Harvey them game shows and shit like that, and they put fake they put real people, but they were really fake people off in the audience. Nigga, they will hold up laugh cues and tell them when to laugh. All that shit is scripted, bro.
6th round by a 6'6" boxer. There's a lot of numerology around it as well. Joshua Anthony was 6'6". He knocked him out in the 6th round. Jake Paul also, before the fight, said that the fight was going to end in the 6th round. I just thought that was pretty interesting, being that Josh
Very interesting.
Anthony is also 36 years old. So
looky. Numerology just adding up, ain't it?
I believe he didn't follow the script.
Do you think that's a coincidence? Because it ain't.
I'm not sure. To me, if you go back and you watch, it kind of looked like Jake Paul welcomed that punch. He didn't brace. He didn't put his glove up. Nothing.
Man, that's the first thing I noticed with that knockout punch. I was like, oh yeah, this is a script.
It's just wide open to be knocked out. It kind of looked like he welcomed it.
Anything that they pushing out hard, anything that they pushing out in front of our face and trying to make us pay attention to the shit, don't pay attention to the shit, because it's just a distraction. Now, I forgot what happened, but something important happened while everybody was stuck on this and stuff that don't really even matter. Probably still Epstein files. Something important happened. I'm gonna see if I can find it in this video though.
I'm not really sure
I'm talking about like
on that theory, but
something important like with our motherfucking rights, my nigga. Our person, like personally, nigga, it affects us.
Timing,
some type of bill or some shit.
No coincidence.
Government bill or something.
At all. And I for sure believe that those two guys were sacrificed. Now, what you will find very interesting is that it says Joshua burst on the world stage at the 2012 London Olympics when he won super heavyweight gold for Britain. Now, check this out. This is how I know this accident was a ritual.
Okay, but American audiences might know him best for his decisive December 20th win over social media star turned boxer Jake Paul in a Netflix bout watched by about 33. God damn, what the hell is going on with that? Right, hold on, broski. Okay. But American audiences might know him best for his decisive December 20th win over social media star turned boxer Jake Paul in a Netflix bout. I don't know what that is, but in a Netflix bout watched by about 33 million people. So that's another numerology right there. 33.
Sacrifice. They said in this article, it says American audiences might know him best for his decisive December 20th win over social media star turned boxer Jake Paul in a Netflix bout watched by about 33 million people. Y'all, come on now. So they're basically telling you this was his most famous moment on the biggest stage, basically, for him. Because now that he fought Jake Paul, you know, this is like mainstream unless you're into boxing and so on.
Now they can also mess with the numbers or change the numbers. When they say men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Nigga, numbers lie too. If people is controlling them and making up the numbers can lie too. That's a cap statement, or it's cap whatever that's called. But that's cap, because numbers can lie too. But in a numerology sense, they ain't lying. If you see shit like the 33, or how they would say he's 6'6", and he's 6 years old now, Anthony Joshua won this fight, got into a car wreck. He the only one who made it alive with minor injuries, but the other two died that was close to him. Yeah, that was a sacrifice.
People know.
And just like he said, he got popular around what they said 2012, 2020, maybe something like that. I don't know. But he just said it. I that don't matter to me though. But listen, he got popular around that time. Now he's becoming more of a household name. He did this fight, and it was one of his biggest fights. And then later he have a car crash. That was a ritual, bro. That was a sacrifice. You're not gonna make that much money and not have to give something up.
Is now that's not like regular boxing fans. Now you're gonna know even more because two people were just sacrificed for this fight. Look at the number they chose. I mean, we know what's up, but look at how, you know, look at how deliberate this is. They made sure to say in a Netflix bout watched by about 33 million people.
Let's add up December 20th. Okay, so December 20th. What is that? 12, 20. Okay, so what? 1, 12, and then 3. So adding all that up, that goes to 5. The December 12 and 20. 1, that's 2, 5, yeah, 5. I don't know. I forgot what that numerology is, but you add the 1 and the 2 for December, that's 3. And then 20. Okay, so now that might not be nothing. But I don't really do numerology like that, but I just know it a little bit. You feel me? But I don't really, but that might not be nothing right there.
30.
I was probably just trying to reach for something right there.
Or 31. Just so happened that 33 million people watched this fight. And now I feel like a price had to be paid. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump into some clips and, you know, get some opinion.
A price definitely had to be paid
from other people. Check this out.
I like making my podcast. I don't like making short clips of my podcast. So the
boxer Anthony Joshua was injured in a fatal car crash. This happened in Nigeria, guys. The two people he was with didn't make it. What I'm trying to understand is, how did Joshua suffer minor injuries, but the two people he was with didn't make it?
Bro, and not only that, why is it in Nigeria? Why was it in Nigeria? If you know about Nigeria, you know that's where they be doing a lot of rituals and sacrifice. That's where a lot of voodoo and shit go on. You feel me? When they be talking about they going over to Africa and all these other places like that, Nigeria, all overseas and shit. Yeah. So that was definitely a sacrifice. It was definitely a ritual.
Remember, guys, he was in the back of an SUV. So, you know,
not even a ritual, a sacrifice, because it's I get, you could say it's two different things, but that was definitely a sacrifice he had to do.
In the back, I guess he had a seatbelt on, because if not, he would have probably went through the front, right? But the two people in the front did not make it, guys. This is wild. They saying that the car hit a stationary vehicle, which means that the car wasn't moving. It must have been parked or something. What I'm trying to understand, guys, is how did they hit a parked car? And did it make it? How fast were they really going?
Man.
And then people are saying that the crash came after he knocked out the YouTube star, Jake Paul. Why would they say that? You know why? Because they just telling you that he had a fight with Jake Paul, and then 2 weeks later, he happened to get into a car crash, but he's okay. You know? Something's going on here, guys. Something that I don't know nothing about, because nothing's going on here, guys.
It's always the same script with you motherfuckers. Bad car accident, died in the tub, drug overdose. You motherfuckers play it out, bruh. Cause nothing happened to this man until he beat old Jakey Poop. Now the man get in a car accident, 2 dead, he severely injured.
And that's what I'm saying. I just did a video on this, man. I just did a video. Go watch my last video. And go, and I started it off with this type of topic too. Matter of fact, I might put it in this video as well. I might go do a react to that. But bro, matter of fact, I'm not gonna react to it, but I'm gonna go play a little bit of it. But matter of fact, nah, man, just go watch my last video. Cause I promise you, bro, it's not about this, but it's about this. And I started it off with that video. You're not getting that much money without having to without sacrificing something, bro. You're not getting into no organization, none of that shit without sacrificing something, bro. Go watch my last video and look at all the famous people who had to give up something.
We on to y'all ass. We know he broke contract. That fuck ass no knockout clause that he gonna put in every fight. Motherfuckers been getting knocked out since I was 8 years old. Now all of a sudden you come into boxing, there's a no knockout clause. Boy, that's the most pillow soft, cotton soft shit I done ever heard, boy. All this money this man got, you mean to tell me he riding around with ball tires? Tire just exploded, huh? Yeah, I bet.
Now, there's some videos all over the internet of the car.
It definitely exploded, but not because that bitch was bald. Not because the tire was bald, bro. And it happened in Nigeria. See, that's what I'm saying, bro. A lot of people don't catch this type of stuff, but it happened in Nigeria. That's where a lot of voodoo and shit go down too, bro.
Small truck, basically towing the car away. Y'all, the front end of the car is absolutely gone.
And you telling me he made it out of that?
Gone. And when you look at that little corner of like that, military looking.
He made it out of that, but the other two didn't. I smell a sacrifice.
Truck that it rammed into. It don't even look like that truck budged. It looks like very small damage done. They hit that truck so hard, if that's even what it hit. It was like a immovable object to the damage that it did. Now, this angle is decent, but there's another angle where you can see the vehicle from the side. Y'all, the entire front of the car is just gone. There was absolutely no way. Damn near no one should have survived. The car is gone. So the front passengers are you're out of there. Insane the way this car looks. It's kind of like how that Kevin Hart crash looked, where it's just like, ain't no way somebody survived it. No way. It looked crazy. I'll see if I can find another picture in the moment that I was doing this video. But there was something else. One last thing I wanted to show y'all, just kind of make this a, decent, quick video, right? There was something I found where this might have been 2 years ago. I'm not sure how long ago it was. I know it was at least 2 years ago, where Jake Paul talked about this breath ritual that he does before fights, and that his team gathers and they do this type of ritual before the fight, right? And he said something that was very interesting. I thought y'all should check out.
We're about to hit a team breathwork session, which is a ritual we've done for every fight. It's like a deep, long meditation. The first session I ever did, it's so powerful. I started crying, I started laughing.
And we're using a breathwork technique to go into a non-ordinary state.
It just brings up so many emotions, so many thoughts. Maybe there's some weird spiritual higher powers controlling this career.
Make a sound.
It definitely is. Ain't no maybe. It definitely is. And then you see how he slid that in and tried to make it like almost like a joke type shit. No, but he's dead ass. It is. It is. Whatever God that he sacrificed to, or whatever God that he worshiped, Moloch, Baal, whoever.
Interdimensional midwives giving birth.
I love you guys! People will probably be like, what the hell are they doing? But I think they won't be saying that after Sunday night.
I've seen plenty of power banks over my 15 years of reviewing tech, but this Ridge one quickly became a favorite. So this...
Now, you notice what he said. The guy said that they were going to go into an unconventional state. And he just so blatantly, now I think that was back in 2021 actually, he so blatantly admitted that some kind of spiritual higher power basically controls his career, controls his life. So these people are never afraid to admit to what they're doing, because it's like in that moment he realized this was going to be weird on camera. So
I mean, they kind of have to tell you what they doing. It's part of whatever God, it's part of they religion or whatever that they fake religion or whatever that they have, that they have to tell you what they doing before they do it, or what they gonna do before they do it.
It's like in that moment he realized this was
so that it could be through movies, it could be through interviews like that, how it could be through comedy. They try to make it seem like a joke type shit, but they literally have to tell you what they gonna do before they do it. Part of that is something like the karmic it's called karmic something, where if they just do it without telling you, then they'll pretty much they still, I forgot exactly how it go, but pretty much they have to tell you. If they don't tell you before they do it, they still, it's something like they not a good person or some shit like that. I don't, it's something crazy like that, or they won't make it to heaven or hell or something. It's some shit, but they pretty much have to tell you what they do before they do
it on camera. So that was the best thing he could say, because he knew people would think this is something like some kind of demonic practice channeling.
Karmic law, that's what it is. That karmic law.
Something, you know, and who else knows what they would do off camera. But for him to actually admit that some kind of spiritual higher power is controlling it, he didn't mention God or Jesus. He didn't mention that. You know, so if you're talking about...
first off, I mean, they don't mention it, number one, because, I mean, well, first off, that'll be a whole nother video. So I ain't gonna even get into that. But I'm gonna fuck it, since I brought it up, I'm gonna break it down a little bit. So okay, depending on, I guess, whatever organization you in, maybe they all the same. I'm not sure, but they when they do use God or Jesus' name, they tricking people, because they know exactly the mysteries of the Bible and all that other shit. Now, I done broken down in other videos, but I ain't gonna go too deep on it in this one. But And pretty much, bro, even if they do say God or Jesus' name, they still tricking you. They don't really it's still a trick, bro. How is it a trick, Savvy? It's a trick because that first off, it's their religion. Freemasons or Britons. What all Christianity is just a mix of all the religions that's been all the people's religions that's been conquered, pretty much. It's just a mix of all religions. That's all it is. That's why they say you can only worship one God in Christianity, because at one point it was Islam or Islam. Yeah, it was Islam. But before that, it was Yahwehism, and it was a mystery school. And I'm pretty sure they probably worship more than one God, maybe. But if they didn't, still, they brought that. No, actually, they did. But then when they converted it over into Christianity, the Council of Nicaea and all that, they made it to where you can only worship one God. What God is that? Satan, the Antichrist.
Higher power control.
So even when they do use God or Jesus' name, they still tricking you.
It's like breath ritual, going into a different state of mind, an unnatural state. It must be something else. I just thought that was very interesting that he chose to say that on camera in a way of like, letting people know what is actually going on, because he knew people were going to think something of that, and he would be right. So with that being said, y'all, just wanted to get on here and talk about it, man. I ain't going to talk y'all heads off too much. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this, though. It's interesting. Unfortunate that once again, two people lose.
Okay, well, I ain't gonna lie, I was gonna do a little research and see when Anthony Joshua, started boxing, became famous or whatever and all that shit, but he pretty much told us. And yeah, man, that was definitely a sacrifice. Let me see. I think here you go. Well, hold on. Now I'm gonna go to this other video real quick. Where is it? It should be. I'm gonna watch it later. No. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna do this. Or shoot, no, I'm gonna go to the channel. Let me see. I think get this one.
And now imagine, if you can, a life without uncertainty, freedom from doubt, the ability to choose.
Now look at this.
Pushing that. Where do you think that comes from?
This is all the famous people. All the famous people that somebody they had to sacrifice. And it's more. It's more. Hold on. Oh no, okay. That well, I mean, it is more than that, but that's all he's showing this photo. This is on all the famous people who got pretty much transgender sons or daughters, which is a lot of those too. But yeah, man. Let me see how long this video is. Oh, 45 minutes. Shit. Yeah, no, we at least shooting 4 hours better. So listen, I don't come with the video. I mean, I just know what video I'm gonna do, and then I come make it. I don't set up I don't write no script or none of this shit. None of my shit is active, bro. I come off the door. Listen, everything ain't nothing fake about this shit. You feel me? I ain't gotta do no scripts or nothing. I'm coming off the dome with this shit. But I don't know. What else can I do next? Let me see. I'm gonna go to that Martin video. Bro. And I should have streamed this low key too. I should have streamed this one. But I'm gonna go to that Martin video real quick. Cause I ain't gonna lie, bro. Let me go to more black one. Let's see. I didn't know what I was gonna come and do. Well, I mean, I knew I was gonna do this video once I seen it, but after that, I was gonna do a little research on Anthony Joshua and try to see, you know what I'm saying. But he pretty much done it and brought it up in that video. So yeah, that's good. That's good enough. But hold on, where it go? No, I already watched it. No, I was on Jay Marvelous page.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
It depends on who's directing and who writes.
It's really serious.
Now, listen. Look at the difference of Martin now and Martin then. When I first seen that Bad Boys movie, I was like, oh yeah, this ain't the same Martin, boy. This is not the same Martin. But they been got him before that. But I guess they just making it obvious now. I'm not sure. But that Bad Boys movie, the roles was totally switched. With Will Smith used to act like that was Martin Lawrence, with Martin Lawrence was acting like now Will Smith is, or something like that in the movie. It was they characters completely switched. You could tell Martin didn't have like that much. He wasn't himself. He didn't have no energy like that. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it just looked. It just that I ain't gonna lie. That wasn't even really. It was an okay movie, but it wasn't like the rest of them. But look at the difference in Martin, bro.
Or is that just not something you want to do?
It depends on who's directing and who writes it, and if it's the right project for me. I have to be believable in the role.
How about turning on the comedy? You know, you do some really wild, outrageous stuff. Do you have to kind of get into that zone a little bit and then kind of go there, or can you just turn it on real quick?
I can turn it on. I can turn it on if I have to. It depends on how I'm being talked to, the director and the writers and all that.
So it's not a hard place for you to get to?
Not if I think about it.
And if we see each other again in 60 years across, you going to still be an actor?
I hope to be, yes. I will be.
We'll both be in our rockers and wheelchairs.
Peace, y'all. Peace.
Now you see how genuine that scene? You could tell like that was just a genuine, like, you know what I'm saying? Now if you go watch some of these other interviews that these actors and rappers be doing, you could tell they either saying some scripted shit or is trying to make it, or is just coming up with, like, you know, making up, you know, it's not genuine type shit. You could tell that you could tell it ain't genuine.
Peace. So in this video, I'm going to be discussing the comedian Martin Lawrence. Alright, now I'm a huge fan of Martin Lawrence, man. Huge fan of Martin Lawrence, from his TV shows to, you know, a few of his stand-ups. Martin is all around, like, the old uncle, you know what I'm saying, that we all know. But I want to point out some things in his career that stood out to me. All right, and I'm going to discuss it with y'all today. Now, Martin Lawrence was born April 16th, 1965. He was born in Frankfurt, Germany, but moved to Washington, D.C. along with his 5 siblings.
Born in Frankfurt, Germany. That's crazy.
Now, when Martin was young, he enrolled in boxing classes because he was short and had to protect himself from the kids in the neighborhood. All right, so this is where you get that whole idea of Martin Lawrence, you know, always wanting to fight and being aggressive, because he actually took up boxing classes when he was young. All right, now, by the time he was 16, he started performing at local nightclubs in D.C., all right, along with people like Dave Chappelle and also Rich Scheidner. All right. Now, Rich Scheidner, who was also a comedian.
Now, I ain't gonna lie. You could now. I don't know if it was just a act or whatever, which I don't think it was, because you could see that Martin was pretty genuine, just like what's his name? Bernie Mac. You feel me? They say he you know what I'm saying? He wasn't on no shit like that. He said Bernie Mac, he was you know what I'm saying? There wasn't really no allegations on him like that. But Martin Lawrence, he seemed like he was a genuine, real dude before they got to him. Watch what he gonna say in his interview. He actually stood up for the community and wanted better. And this is why they had him running down the street, yelling, they trying to kill me. Watch.
Convinced Martin to move to New York to network in comedy. And he began doing stand-up out in New York at the Improv. All right. Now, Martin began doing odd jobs in comedy, and, you know, this is how he actually met Herbie Lovebug and also Salt and Pepper and Kid and Play. All right, they all worked at Sears in a place called Green Acres Mall.
Martin Lawrence and Kid and Play worked there, and our original producer Herbie.
Wait, so Herbie Lovebug,
Martin Lawrence,
Kid and Play.
And now this shit seen now. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know how true that is. It may be true, but once again, people is put in place. You might have went to school with a person that you never knew was going to be was put in place, was let me see the word. I can't find the word I'm looking for, but you pretty much have CIA operatives, you know, put in place. You feel me? Sometimes they know, sometimes they don't. They end up finding out later in life, but this what this sound like to me. They was all working at Sears and Green Acres Mall somehow and did get famous. All of them. Come on now.
We all work there.
Look who show they saying it on. I forgot his name, but that's one of the Wayans brothers. That's one of the Wayans brothers show. They saying it on his show. And what I was just talking about, these type of shows like this, where it's like a real but a fake sit down. You feel me? Like they in front of a real but fake audience. It's supposed to look more real and realistic and natural. You feel me? Like you there too with the person. It's supposed to, you know, it's like you know what I'm saying? It makes it seem more like they're humans, I guess you could say. It makes them seem more real, more like a real person. Because the only time you really see them is on TV or something like that through a screen. You feel me? So it makes them seem like they're more, you know, realistic. Oh, they sitting down on the couch in front of a bunch of people, got them laughing and all this other shit. You feel me? I was just talking about this. How on these type of shows, they had the laugh tracks. This might have been when they took out the laugh track and put the fake people in the audience and held up the laugh cue, the card that say laugh, so they know when to laugh. So that's interesting that they all worked at that mall in Sears and then somehow got famous.
You guys worked at Sears?
Yes. Isn't that crazy?
It's interesting because that was put there. That's all I can say. They was put in that place to make it seem like, you know what I'm saying? Because if they just come out of nowhere, people gonna, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna, you know, be there to defend him. Like, yeah, I went to school with him, or yeah, I know him. We grew up together, type shit. If they just put a puppet, just put, you know, on stage out of nowhere, people gonna be like, who is this dude? You know what I'm saying? Nobody gonna be able to, you feel me? Can't go to no neighborhoods. I mean, they could pay people like they do rappers. Then they fake like they be in, you know what I'm saying, the hood for real, but they paying off fake gang members and shit like that to be around them and be security and type shit, you know what I'm saying? Or when they be in music videos with the whole block or the whole neighborhood, it seemed like it came outside for the music video. Because some of them was paid, but yeah, that's a whole nother topic. But yeah, man, that's interesting how they all work together and then end up getting famous, bro.
Y'all making me scared to go shop at Sears ever again. If they had that many maniacs working there. Yeah.
All right, so they was out there in Queens, New York. They had a look
working there. Yeah.
Look at that fake ass smile that nigga was doing. Look at this acting that they doing. Look at.
Get me scared to go shop at Sears ever again. If they had that many.
Look at this. That fake ass smile.
Working there. Yeah.
All right, so they was out there in Queens, New York. They had a little jobs and all of that stuff, but this is how they became close. It was like they was in a small clique. All right, now he performed at Star Search and got offered a role on What's Happening Now. All right, shortly after doing such a good job on the show, all right, Spike Lee reached out to him for him to be in the movie Do the Right Thing. All right, now he played in many movies, you know what I'm saying, a lot of movies early on in his career. Like, you know, it took off pretty fast, and like I always say, when a person takes off really quick, you know, it's usually some stuff that goes on behind the scenes that we are all aware of, right? Because it just doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong, Martin Lawrence is very talented, but at the same time, his career took off extremely fast, and it seems way easier than anybody else. All right,
and not only that, but a lot of these people, if you search where they went to motherfucking schools or colleges and shit, they be like motherfucking private schools, like these schools that people don't really, like, you know what I'm saying, like not regular people go to, like me or you, if you know what I'm saying, watching this video. You feel me? Most of these people go to like, and even if they do go to like a regular public school, they still put there in place. You feel me? Because some of these people, they family grew up in the industry. They family grew up a rapper, singer, whatever, actor, model, they mama, you know what I'm saying? Just go search a lot of these famous people and see how many of their parents or whatever, grandparents, whoever, and how long they've been in Hollywood. Or what bloodline they come from. Because sometimes that is the main way to get into Hollywood, if you part of that bloodline.
Movies like House Party, Boomerang, Talking Dirty After Dark, which was also like a spinoff of his TV show. He was then sought out by Russell Simmons to host Def Comedy Jam. And then, you know, he was given the opportunity to do his own show for HBO. All right, now here's what I want to point out, right? Because a lot of people aren't familiar with this, but early on in the early 90s, Martin Lawrence had did an interview with Arsenio Hall. And he said some very interesting things in this clip that I think the higher ups got mad at.
Few things can match the power.
Now watch what he finna say.
Possibility of a college education at Southern Illinois University.
Now, once
Come on here,
again,
'cause
this now you making now. Okay, so now they definitely have people who tell you what you can and can't say so you don't slip up and say the wrong thing. You feel me? Like what Martin or other people from back then did. And there's still some people who do now, but yeah, just watch this.
He ain't do my show, and I was mad at him, so I got Tommy Davis, and I was like, man, play a talk show host. I'm a dog, I was sitting there. Then I started thinking, wait a minute, brother, you on TV, man, you make millions of people laugh. We can't afford to be dogging each other and not tuning in to you and supporting each other, because back in the old Hollywood.
Now, hold on. So, once again, like I said, he could have been put in play. He probably knew he was, you know what I'm saying, would have been part of this, you know what I'm saying, part of that industry. But some of them end up getting in the industry and actually trying to be for the people and trying to help out the people. Because there's so many people off in Hollywood that's black and that could help out their neighborhoods, their communities, wherever they grew up at or wherever they living at now. If they don't want to fuck with their hometown, wherever they living at now. But guess what? None of them do it. That's capitalism. Capitalism. Money. Greed is a problem in the first place. But even if they wanted to help out their people, they can't, because the groups that they part of, Freemasonry and shit, they won't let you really help out. The only time you're gonna be helping out the community is when they doing them fake giveaways or the fake charity drives that they be doing, trying to make it seem like they are really out here helping people.
To you and supporting each other, because
but it's really only the lower level people that's doing it.
in the old Hollywood, I saw black people in movie theaters damn near every week. Now I gotta wait for Denzel to do a movie, Wesley Snipes. It's like,
and then all they think is we just do charity work. We just a group of people who do charity work. That's it. And every now and then sneak off through the night or day and have motherfucking meetings and shit, or whatever they do or whatever they do.
That's the only ones out here. We got to put our heads together to do projects to give the that's the only.
Now look at what Mark was saying though. So he was actually like trying to be for the people. Look what he's saying. But you can't say shit like this because they put you in place and they don't want you to help out other people because they don't want it's only so much money circulating around. So if everybody became a millionaire, that would be the new broke. And then they would have to come up with higher levels past being a trillionaire or whatever that people is already at right now. They're going to have to come up with some new categories if they ain't already got them. Because they've been planning on getting that rich shit's. Nigga, it's been a plan. You feel me? So if everybody became a millionaire right now, the millionaires or the whoever billionaires would now be moved up once again. We still not gonna touch their status. We just gonna be the new broke. A million gonna be the new broke. Just like 1,000. Everybody wanted to touch 1,000, but shit, everybody touched 1,000 now, and 1,000 is now the new broke. So same thing with a million.
Ones out here. We got to put our heads together to do projects to give the consumer, people, what they want, and stop letting the government tell us what to give them. Give them laughs, give them entertainment, because that's what your dollar pays for.
Yeah.
Stop juking them, dog.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is the powers that be know that you can make it all right for people in America. We don't have to have all these homeless shelters. Why?
And look how Arsenio Hall looking at him. He looking at him like, are you sure you really want to be saying this right now? Are you sure? Look how he hunched over looking at him. He looking like, bro, you really saying this right now on my show at that?
Stop building bombs and build apartment complexes and places for people to live.
I wouldn't doubt,
you know?
Because he said this on Arsenio All show. They probably Arsenio All had something to do with the shit too. Him running down the street talking about they got trying to get me. Who knows? But he's saying, look how he looking at him. Like, nigga, you know you're not supposed to be talking like this. We're not supposed to be helping out the community for real. We might say and fake and act like we do, but we're not really supposed to be doing it.
You know, I believe me, I like the money that we get to make from entertainers, but then how can you argue about teachers not getting paid their money, man? They're teaching, you know. My thing is teachers are the closest people to your kids, so they can teach them and educate. Kids only know what you nurture into them as a child. When you grow up and you find out and you go, damn, I'm messed up in some ways, I don't understand. You got to research and say, why am I like that? Because you only know what you grew up with, what's in you. If you had a parent and the parent...
Hold on, not only that though, I think sometimes that they do these like these fake celebrity interviews or whatever, these talk shows or whatever, so they can see where they mind, like, you know, like Wayward. Or Scientology, where they say they have counseling sessions and they talk to you, try to get to your deepest problems or whatever. I forgot what they call it, but not enigma, but fuck what did they call that shit? I got it. Look, I still got that shit pulled up, bro. Don't play. Still got that shit pulled up, boy. What they call it? Here you go. I might engrams. That's what they call it. Engrams. Painful memories. You feel me? Okay, so boom. I feel like some of these talk show hosts or these celebrity talk or podcast, whatever, they do that to see where the person's head is at. Like, you know what I'm saying? To see like if they on their side or not. And on their side, I mean like the Freemasons and shit. Like if they on their side, whatever, if they down with the group. If they not, then they gonna probably end up doing you like Martin or some shit. How you running down the street, they trying to kill me or something. Ain't no telling. But that's what I feel like. That's just my theory. I ain't heard nobody else say this, but that's just my theory. And it just came to me too, watching it. It just came to me.
I like that, because you only know what you grew up with, what's in you. If you had a parent and the parent...
And I've been saying, and I said that too. I'm going to take that back one time. I've been saying that too. That's why, and that's another way, once again, I said earlier in the video, that these celebrities and shit be tricking you with God in Jesus' name. Like I said, some of them, like like when they see what they got to do in to make it, like the one hit wonders or whatever, the people who ain't really, you don't really see around no more, they run back because that's all you grew up with. That's all you know, just like he said, you feel me? So if you don't know no other spiritual way or nothing, if you don't know no other, you feel me? If that's the religion you grew up on, that's what you gonna run back to when you feel, you just go watch my video. I did the last video. I explained it, but that's what you feel like you gonna that's what you gonna run back to, because that's all you know. So if there's some that's the industry, you get into the industry and you see that it's demonic and shit like that, like NBA YoungBoy said, then they get out the industry and go run back to Christianity or whatever. And then if you notice, a lot of these celebrities too, a lot of them like Rod Wave and shit, they grew up in church. They grew up in the fucking choir at that, or playing the band, playing the drums or something. So they end up, or some of them, they run back because that's all they know. But that's, either way, it's still their, it's their religion. Our ancestors didn't believe in religion. We were spiritual people. Our indigenous Indian ancestors, we were spiritual, not religious. The only reason we knew about Christianity because that's what they gave to us when we were slaves. Why would they give us something back? Why would they take something from us just to give it back that was making us powerful and gave us strength? If it really gave us strength and power like we think it do, then we wouldn't be in this predicament right now. The world would be a much better place. If it really gave you that much. Listen, why would they give you your God back? Why would they give you your spiritual system back? Once you conquered by somebody, nigga, it's not yours no more. Once you conquer, just like we got conquered, bro, we got conquered. Whatever spiritual system we had is now gone. I mean, we still got it's people who, but once they take it from you, they reintroduce it in another way. You feel me? Now, it may be some people who pass it down, like the powwows. It may be some Indian people who pass down their, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, bro, like, we really don't know because we wasn't there. You feel me? We don't really know what their spiritual system was, but we know it wasn't no religion. For sure. That's religion. It says in the Bible, it's okay to be a slave. It even said at one point, it's okay to, I think it even said at one point, it's okay to like, motherfucking, have, underage, marriage or some shit like that. Just like in Islam. But that's where, of course, because that's where it originates from.
Like that, because you only know what you grew up with, what's in you. If you had a parent and the parent was there all the time and taught you, fine. In my neighborhood, bruh, moms was there, you know? And she was the one that said, no matter what, boy, I don't care, put a skull cap on your hat, on your head. Don't go out there in the cold. Do the right thing, do the right thing. But most importantly, keep the faith. Keep the faith. Anybody that's ever watching me going, Martin looks real. He seems like he just damn. I am, because I care what people think about me. It's like, I'm like...
You could tell with this, you could tell, like, it was some genuine shit with, like, this don't look like it with no stage, no act, no, none of that. This looked like this was really how he felt. Like, this is really what he wanted to do. And you could really kind of tell that. And even in the show Martin, like, you could tell, like, he was low-key a real one before they got to him.
Think what you want.
It seemed like he actually cared and wanted to help people out.
But
they wasn't already got to him. He just wasn't really down with the whole program yet.
That is, yo, man, I came from being working the maintenance, buffing floors to this point right now. I'm running a business. My hat is HN what? IC. You follow me? So I'm telling all the neighborhood kids that anybody ever tell you can't do it, boy, if you believe in your God, but most importantly, keep the faith, because when everybody else will abandon you, God ain't going nowhere.
Transform your business with Yellowfin dashboards. The best way to monitor and understand your data and...
Now,
like I said, see, you just said it right there, but you just used God right there. But what God was he talking about when they say that? Supposedly there's something where they can't say Jesus in the contract, but that even if they do, that's still that's gonna be that's a whole nother video. But even when they do say, which one are they talking about? Is they talking about the true creator that created everything, or is they talking about the one of the Bible, which ain't even a real? That's just some deities. You gotta be careful when they use that.
Martin Lawrence, while filming a lot of his movies in the early 90s, okay, some people say he went crazy. All right. Now, if you ever watch this, because I noticed this the other day, I was watching Martin. If you ever notice, like on some episodes of Martin, you can tell he was more sober, right? But towards like the middle of the season, his eyes didn't look the same. You know what I'm saying? He was, apparently he was getting high. You know what I'm saying? Like he was smoking. And, you know, it showed in his, you know, character on the show. Now, what I must say is that, you know, with him being out in the street and he said, they trying to kill me. They trying to kill me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm thinking he's talking about the government. And Dave Chappelle also mentioned, you know, why did he just go crazy like this, right? Now, if you guys pay very close attention, right? After Martin Lawrence went and got hospitalized after these whole situations happened.
I ain't gonna lie. And Dave Chappelle, another one. He got into it. He did the dress ritual and all that. He said he didn't wear a dress on one of his stand-up comedies or something like that. He said he didn't do it, but he did wear a dress. You feel me? But they join in this, and then once they see how deep it is, it's too late to even get out. You feel me? They in too deep and can't get out. So that's what happens with a lot of them too as well.
He started to do something that was
I feel like I said that because I feel like that's what happened to Dave Chappelle. They offered him some or whatever. He joined in, but he didn't know how deep it got until he knew how deep it got, and then it was too late by the end.
You know, unsettling. And a lot of his movies pertain to him playing a police officer, right? Every movie he played in, he played as a police officer. From Bad Boys to Blue Streak to National Security to Big Mama's House. All right. Now, it was one movie, I can't think of the name, but I'm going to put it up on the screen, where he played as a basketball coach, right? And the young lady that was on the team in this movie actually passed away. Now, when they give you all of this money, right, eventually you're going to have to give in to these people because you agreed and you signed up for this, right? I find this to be very interesting, you know, about the story of this young lady, because, you know, it didn't sit right with me. But the fact that she lost her life right after filming this movie with Martin Lawrence, it just showed me like there was something, you know, more sinister going on behind the scenes. It just didn't seem right. You know what I mean? This is a promising star, you know, in a movie with Martin Lawrence, and you involved in like gang violence or some stuff like that. It didn't sit right with me.
That's how that's how they do this shit. It's either a bathtub they died in, motherfucking gang violence. That's why they do, like, what's his name? Young Dolph and all them, bro. Mo3. They get these type of artists so when they so-called die, it's either because of drugs, because they was addicted to motherfucking lean or whatever, perks, whatever the fuck they take, X pills, weed, whatever, they lace it. This is how they pass off these sacrifices as something that's like not natural, but like something that's like, you know what I'm saying, that won't seem obvious, but it's obvious at this point. Then it maybe wasn't, but now it is, because it's been too many times. Ain't that many people finna pass away in no fucking bathtub. Listen. All these is literally, it's just sacrifices, bro.
Okay, now
if you look at the Friday movie, a good amount of people on the Friday movie was killed or sacrificed, passed away or something. A good amount of people on the Friday movie.
I have to say this. You know, if you pay very close,
pretty much almost the whole cast, almost. Only a few of them, like the household names, like motherfucking Ice Cube, Cal Williams, but I was finna say Debo, but even he passed away now. But I'm talking about like on the set, people was dying while they was filming the movie, while they was filming it. People died after, like literally. It was all sacrifices. That's why a lot of them people is big and where they at now, like Ice Cube.
To a lot of these celebrities, you know, they're not the same. A lot of these older celebrities like Jamie Foxx, they're not the same. And I want to point out that some people, you know, say that Martin Lawrence is actually a clone, which I do believe. I do believe that once he got hospitalized, you know, they put some type of chip in Martin Lawrence to reprogram him.
Whatever you want to do. One of them, I don't know if you've heard this, is that you are not Martin Lawrence, you are a Martin Lawrence clone. Have you heard that?
Who made that up, AI?
I don't know, but that's just what a clone would say if I asked him that question. That is not true.
I'm the real thing, baby.
Yeah, he definitely ain't the same at all.
Wait.
He seemed like he tired and out of breath and shit. Like, he definitely don't seem. What happened? He definitely don't seem like he the same no more.
You know, I just found that to be very strange. And if you guys ever saw this movie with Jamie Foxx, which was called Bait, in that very same movie, Jamie Foxx was also chipped.
The U.S. government has a problem. If only they could get together.
Been working out, huh?
And solve both their problems.
You don't know who you just grabbed up on, boy. I'm a gangster. Okay, you coming back, all right.
You put your hands over your head and don't you move a muscle.
Well, now what do?
We implant this, an experimental tracking device, in the appropriate subject, put him on the street, we make it known he knows where the gold is. And I guarantee that our gold thief will show up.
Yo, taxi! What up?
Okay, let's take it for a spin.
What's that smell?
This mango.
Now, what I want to say is the reason why a lot of these celebrities, in my opinion, get chipped is because these individuals in power, the, you know, mass media, whatever you want to call them, they want total control over these individuals. And if
you could say that too. Also, I think it's that, along with also that they want to be able to probably track the person whenever, or listen, or whatever the chip can do. Listen in and track, but definitely track the person when and wherever, you feel me? And probably it could, like in some movies where, like, if let me see, what movie can I think about? Okay, well, in some movies they chip a person, if they like going undercover or something like that. If they need to kill, or when they took somebody hostage and they was knocked out, however they knocked them out with gave them something or whatever and they drunk it, then they put a chip in their head or wherever in their neck, wherever they put it, and then they can explode. They can kill them whenever they want to. Pretty much it's like an off switch. They can take them. They can off them whenever they want to, and then blame it on natural causes or something, or blame it on a drug overdose or something. And then when they get the autopsy report or whatever, most likely they was working with them, so they gonna come up with some fake story as well.
Slip up and say something like, "Don't take the vaccine, don't do this or don't do that." They can't really, trust them anymore. So they can literally turn their chip off. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense to me. So when I see people like Martin Lawrence, being outspoken, and then all of a sudden he's like, they trying to kill me. They trying to kill me. And then all of a sudden now, he's doing cop movies and all of this stuff. That's programming.
Yep, I was just gonna say that's predictive programming. They letting you know he has now got, and he is now working for us as the CIA or undercover. He is now, you feel me, one of us. They letting it be known.
And he's now a part of the CIA. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to talk to y'all about that, man. Let y'all know that Martin Lawrence is a great comedian. I don't know what he's doing now.
Like I said in my not my last videos, but my other videos as well, before they started getting this good of quality. Okay, some of my older videos, right? I was saying I forgot how I was saying it, but pretty much these actors, bro, listen, you notice all actors play the same roles for the most part. They play the same type of character for the most part. Whenever a person, like if it's a rapper, a football player, or whatever, if they do something else in Hollywood in the entertainment industry and they come into the movie scene, most likely they gonna be playing whatever character that they playing in real life. So if they're a rapper, they're gonna be a rapper in the movie or whatever, or a gang member if they act like they, you know what I'm saying, in the streets and they, you know what I'm saying, on some, you know what I'm saying, on some tough shit, whatever, they gonna put them as like a gang member or whatever, gang leader or part of a gang in the movie or some shit like that. So when they say movies, or when they say real life is realer than movies, that's true, because movie roles, I feel like is they fake character, but in real life, what they really do. Okay, hold on, I forgot how I said, but pretty much something like that. They like, and what they do in real life ain't really what, like, you, everything that these celebrities say or do in real life be like it'd be like scripted and already, you know, it's already pre-made to be warmed up and said type shit. You feel me? It's like a pre-made meal. It's not no genuinely home cooked. Like, they don't come up with this shit on the spot like I do with my videos. Ain't no script, ain't no nothing. I set this shit up and get it going. You feel me? I don't got, you feel me? I just go off of whatever I go off of. You feel me? It ain't no script or nothing. I just go off the videos, turn it on and go. You feel me? But these I forgot how I said it, but you just got to go back and watch some of my other videos, bro. Cause yeah, the movie roles definitely play a part in how what they do in real life. That's why he was always playing these cop and CIA person, Will Smith too, cause he's always playing some type of cop or something like that as well.
He hasn't done any stand up.
They part of it. They CIA. They joined in with the group.
You know, he doesn't seem to be the same person, if you ask me. You know, that character that he had, that youthfulness, you know, is literally gone now. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's just a shell. It's not even.
I forgot what movie. Oh, was it? I think it was The Bones. I think it was the Bones movie with Paul Walker, and it's about the skull and bones. I forgot what it was. It was that movie, but they put listen, so go watch that movie. They put this, I forgot the character name, but they put this one character inside of a mental like a, you know, a asylum type shit, a mental asylum, or, you know, a mental hospital, whatever the fuck they call them. And he was all drugged up and shit, and listen, just go watch it. He was all drugged up and slobbering, you feel me? He was in a wheelchair sitting there. Then they went and rescued, it was a cop and another person that went and just go watch the movie, bro. But that's pretty much what they do when these so-called celebrities go to jail or whatever, and or you feel me, or rappers, when they so-called go to jail, that's probably what happens, bro. They take them, put them on some drugs, like Will Smith when he was gone. I mean, Jamie Foxx, how he was gone for like 6 months and then finally came back. That's probably what they be doing, bro. They putting these rappers on, or they putting, like, they doing it, like, bro, just go watch the movie.
Really him in there.
It's called The Bones, and it's on here for free. It's on YouTube for free.
You know what I mean? So when I take a look at stuff like that, man, I understand people sell their soul for this fame and fortune and realize that it's not all it's cracked up to be, but also, you know, they have a lot of control over these individuals, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of control. So with that being said, hope y'all enjoyed this video.
Okay, yep, that's the end of that one. Let me see what I'm at. 129. That ain't bad. But yeah, man. I think that's pretty much I think that's it, because I really just wanted to react to that Anthony Joshua video. So yeah, I think that's it, man. But I just really wanted to react to that video, and then I put that video in there as well, them other two videos, because I wanted to make it as long as possible. And I wouldn't even mind. I'm a stream on my next one. I'm a stream, but I wouldn't even mind doing that. I just ain't getting views yet. But boy, nigga, I do hour-long videos with this shit or whatever. You feel me? You feel me? I do. You feel me? When I work, I work. You feel me? So I do some real. I stream for a long time doing this shit. But you feel me? That's the end of this video. So I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one, man. The next video I do is gonna be a stream, and I'm gonna be doing this shit, breaking down some shit. So yeah, man, I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one.